We've been ripped off for years, and we're not going to be ripped off anymore. No, I'm not going to bend at all. Aluminum or steel or cars. We've been subjected to costs that we shouldn't be subjected to.
That's President Trump's 25% tariffs on steel and aluminum imports coming as good news from many of the nation's top producers. A number of executives say that the tariffs are leveling the playing field and improving national security for an industry that's been hurt by unfair trade. American smelters used to dominate aluminum production, but now China is in the lead and taking the lead. The Commerce Department finding that the U.S. imported 90% of its primary aluminum back in 2016. Joining me now is Century Aluminum CEO Jesse Gary. Century is the largest producer of primary aluminum in the country. Jesse, thanks so much for being here this weekend. We so appreciate it. What is the impact of these aluminum tariffs on your business?
They're fundamental to our future, Maria. As you mentioned, the U.S. aluminum industry has been under attack for about 25 years now, ever since 2001 when China joined the WTO. And we've just had dumped aluminum, heavily subsidized dumped aluminum put onto our shores, which has devastated the industry. We've gone from 24 smelters in the year 2001 to 4 today. And President Trump's actions, both in 2018, he's the first president to stand up for us, and again now are really fundamental to the future of the industry.
And so he's standing up for the aluminum industry again, and as a result, you're able to build a smelter in the United States, right?
That's right. We've just announced we're going to build the first new aluminum smelter to be built in the U.S. in 50 years. The new smelter will represent a multi-billion-dollar investment in American manufacturing, employ over 1,000 new direct aluminum jobs, and over 6,000 jobs during construction. It'll be the largest economic development program in the state where it's built.
Wow, that is huge news, and that's what President Trump is talking about. Bring it to America, build it here, produce it here, because that will mean thousands of new jobs.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say, Maria, that no president has understood American manufacturing and the importance of the American worker more than President Trump.
That's amazing. What good news. And what do you want to say to the people out there who are running global companies that are saying, well, now I'm going to have to issue a profit warning. Now I'm going to have to change my whole business?
Well, what we've always focused at Century is we produce locally for local markets. We believe our customers want short supply chains into their strategic factories, and we're ready to supply that to them here in America. So we're excited. We're going to build here in America. We're going to produce here in America. We're going to employ people here in America. And maybe, Maria, it's just important to point out the types of jobs we're talking about here. These are jobs that people can build a family around. Our employees have an average wage and benefit package of $140,000 per year.
That is great. And what you're saying is these are high-paying jobs. These are jobs that require a skill.
Absolutely. We invest in our workers. These aren't necessarily college-educated jobs, but they're highly skilled jobs. And we spend years training our workers. And frankly, we have so many multi-generational employees because in the communities that we operate, these smelters become fundamental backbones to the local economy.
Really fascinating. What do you want to say about aluminum prices? Are you expecting prices to move?
No, not really, Maria. You know, we've heard this talking point back in 2018, and we didn't see prices move. We didn't see any inflationary impact, actually. There's been a number of econometric studies that were done around that time, and they showed no inflationary impact. Instead, what you saw was increased demand, increased jobs. The U.S. aluminum industry increased production by 60% before the last administration started granting exemptions to other foreign producing countries.
That is just terrific. Great news. Jesse, thanks very much.